agency.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
I knew I forgot something, Corporal. I didn't restock my Evermore water over the Thanksgiving holiday. I got this crappy Ozarka from Texas. Simply inferior to Evermore. New Orleans owned Evermore. EVA-MOR. Where's it from? Thank you, number 9. This is indeed New Orleans, Louisiana. Yeah, you're right. Let's do it on this Monday after Thanksgiving. A little bogged down. 4 days of a lot of dining. A gluttonous type situation the last 4 days. A buddy of mine said, man, I've been grazing like a cow, just grazing, like food constantly out. That's tough for Thanksgiving. Everyone eats and then the food just sort of sits out there and you go get seconds and thirds. And I like that dish a lot. I'm going to get thirds or fourths of that. Hours later, nibbling on some other stuff, other goodies. We did the restaurant route. I'm telling you, a bunch of people I know, and I'm kind of, pretty content wherever I am. If I'm in a relationship, I don't want to be single. If I'm single, I don't crave a relationship. If I were dining with family at a house with 10, 20 people, I'd be happy with that. Dining at a restaurant, we went to Mr. B's in the French Quarter on Thanksgiving Day. It was great. And a lot of the folks that had the family obligations, it's how the world works, man. Everybody thinks it's greener or different, at least on the other side of the fence. A lot of folks with family obligations were like, damn, I liked how you did at the restaurant thing. I mean, the one good thing about the restaurant, you're in and out in under 2 hours. It's about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, and you're done. There's no like grazing period. You've like knocked it out. And that's one good thing. Plus you get out. That can be kind of, you go to the house and it's your house you're hosting, or you go to one of the in-laws' house or your parents' house, or sister, brother, your significant other's sister, brother's house, and you're there for like 6 or 8 hours. No, it's nice to get in the car, drive somewhere, walk in the French Quarter. I parked on the outskirts of the quarter, so I walked in about 2 blocks to Mr. B's. No big deal. No, I enjoyed it. Cool, crisp weather. That continues, by the way. Anyway, hope you had things to be thankful for this past Thanksgiving extended weekend, the 4-day weekend, Thursday through yesterday. Yeah, this nice wintry weather rolled in on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and it's been pretty pleasant ever since. Cool and crisp. 40s in the morning, every morning in the 40s, and for a few hours. And then we hit a high temperature of around what we're hitting right now, 61, maybe 62 degrees in the metro. Pretty much the same gimmick all week long. I think a little more sunshine tomorrow, Wednesday, and then maybe some clouds, even possibility of rain. But temperatures in the 40s for the lows every morning, overnight temps 40s, and then high temps like right now in the low 60s. I'll take that. Wow, about 24, 26-hour period, 4 dead, 9 separate shootings from Saturday afternoon into Sunday. Canal Street, Bourbon Street, like 3 shootings. 3 shootings in about a 7-hour time period. 7:20 p.m. 15-year-old shot in the chest. 8:40 p.m. an 18-year-old from Gonzales shot in the back. 2:30 a.m. 2 gunmen shooting at each other, hitting nobody that they're aiming for. Not the other gunman, but 4 others shot. 3 of those 4 visitors from out of town. That's not a good thing. Went to New Orleans and got shot. That's not good. No, an uptick in violent crimes and shootings the last couple of weeks in New Orleans. Just when we were kind of, it's John Summerall, the Tulane coach. He'll get some kind of thumbs up, some praise online, and he'll put up this a rat plus the box with the stick and the string like rat trap. And then he has a second thing, a rat, and then the skull and crossbones like rat poison. Like, don't tell us these things while the game's going on. Yeah, the season's going on. Nothing to celebrate. We can celebrate after the season's done. Games, life, it's so much like that. No, we were kind of smelling the roses a little bit. Top 4 in America, fastest decrease in violent crime. We were embracing that because it's been such a violent time period. You go 6 months back to about the last 3 years before that, pretty brutal. So to finally be trending in the opposite direction, for me, not like wishful thinking, but living in reality, telling some friends and acquaintances that live in outlying parishes in the suburbs or even exurbs of New Orleans. Hey, you always say you don't want to come into the city. You can come into the city. You can come in with your wife. You can come in with your mom. You can come in with your daughter. You can come in with your children. You can come into the city. When the crime was at its most violent, I was still sort of like, I'm still going to go where I go in the city. I mean, I don't go to Marie Laveau's grave at St. Louis Cemetery at 2 a.m. It's New Orleans. It's any major metropolis in America. You got to be careful, especially late at night, especially some neighborhoods. You avoid them. You don't go into those certain times. But even when it was at its most violent, I was like, no, I'm going still. I'm still going to Irene's in the Quarter. I'm still going to Bayona in the Quarter. Still going to do those things. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Boy, we got a lot to cover. Sidney Torres, who owns land by the Lafitte Greenway, Norman Francis Parkway, by Bayou St. John, by American Can, wants to team up with the owners of the Lindy Boggs Hospital. Some kind of Lafitte market, a lifestyle center. I'd like to see that. President Biden pardons his son, Hunter. Said he wasn't going to do it, but he's doing it. Gonna dat. Dan it. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Audubon Gutters has been with you for 33 years. I don't know if you own a home or business and you're in Metro New Orleans, why would you consider even going anywhere else but Audubon Gutters? The Gulf South's largest, most experienced gutter installation company. All they do is gutters, nothing else. They don't do paint. They don't do roofs. They don't do siding. They don't do windows. They do gutters. All they do is gutters. Audubon Gutters. If you're in Metro New Orleans, home or business, Audubon Gutters, featuring the Leaf Guard system. I'll literally never, ever have to clean my gutters again. AudubonGutters.com. AudubonGutters.com. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Yeah, you right. Holiday season, we're in December. It's official. Got Hanukkah coming up, Christmas coming up, holiday season coming up. I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. I was at the Woodhouse Day Spa yesterday. 50-minute deep tissue massage, 4:30 on Canal Street at Carrollton. Unbelievable. My back, shoulders, they could have used a wrecking ball on that. Boy, but my calves and thighs, I had to be like, hey, lighten up, killing me. No, deep tissue, getting all that acid freed up. Lactic acid freed up in the muscles. No, what a incredible experience. Yeah, guys love it too over the holidays. She'll love it. It's what she wants, guys. What do I get her? Is she going to like it? You get her a day of relaxation at the Woodhouse Day Spa. She's going to love it. Like I said, it's what she wants. WoodhouseSpas.com. WoodhouseSpas.com. I've got a few $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Before it was Lindy Boggs Hospital. What was that hospital known as? Before it was Lindy Boggs Hospital, what was that hospital known as? Before it was the Lafitte Greenway, what was it originally? Before it was the Lafitte Greenway. And why Canal Street? There's no canal. Corey Johnson with you. Coming right back on this Monday after Thanksgiving. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Sidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose USDA Prime, Choice, Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you Rouse's. Tastes like home.
New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses, high-quality frames for the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and we're here to help you find exactly the right frame. Art and Eyes on magazine.
Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the best crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Changing talk radio in New Orleans for the better. It's Corey Johnson on the Neutral Ground.
Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
Yep, that dude's got it right. 2 big hours on the radio, 4 to 6 p.m. Oh, so fine, 93.9 FM. Every weekday afternoon starting at 4, you can check us out on New Orleans' own 10, and Pete's. Going blank on, I was about to say 107.9, but obviously that is it. But WVOG, 600 AM. You can check us out there. 1560 AM out by Slidell, Lacombe, Diamond Head, Mississippi. Yeah, 2 hours on the radio, 90 minutes of fun on TV, and 2 hours on YouTube. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. 93.9 FM. New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. Weekdays at 4. So nice outside. It really is. Like, go get some charcoal or light up the gas, grill some seafood or fish or steaks or something. Boil some seafood, fry some seafood. Get outside and enjoy the yard tonight. I did a little grilling last night. Just the weather's perfect. I wanted to be outside. I mean, normally you go outside, you flip something, you run back in. I was like, I can hang outside this entire flip cycle. No reason to go inside. Just nice. Holiday season is upon us. I've got not one, not two, 3 trivia questions. Pick your poison. I got 3 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Before it was Lindy Boggs Hospital over there on Norman Francis Parkway and what is that, Bienville? Right by the end of Bayou St. John. Before it was Lindy Boggs Hospital, what was that hospital named? Kind of the name everybody knew. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway. What was it? 766-9480. Why Canal Street? Why is it Canal Street when there is no canal? 766-9480. You got the answer to any of these 3 questions? I got 50 big bucks for you, good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. I went to Mid-City yesterday afternoon. 50-minute deep tissue massage. Fantastic. Canal Street at Carrollton. Also Metairie, near North Kenner. Transcontinental, West Esplanade. They're in Mandeville, East Causeway approach, right across from Mandeville City Hall. They're in Slidell, right off I-10 in Gauze. And they're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. You can print your own gift card, any denomination online. You can book a time for her or for him. WoodhouseSpas.com. 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 Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program. The Corporal's fielding your phone calls. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines. 766-9480. Katie's would be a good spot to be right now. Mid-City. Iberville Corner, Telemachus, winding down a Monday afternoon in style at Katie's. Plus flat screen TVs. Check out Monday Night Football tonight in Mid-City. A true taste of New Orleans. Big portions, too. Great for sharing. Get a couple of entrees for the table. A Mid-City mainstay It's Katie's, as New Orleans as it gets. Katie's in Mid-City. Yeah, really great weather. You could dine outside this afternoon tonight at Katie's. Boy, the second line shootings, 2 of them about 45 minutes apart. A shooting about 24 hours later. And now 4 dead, 9 separate shootings. Like about a shooting every 2 hours, every 3 hours or so on average for like a 24, 27-hour period. About every 2 or 3 hours, a shooting on average. 9 separate shootings, 4 dead, multiple injured. Saturday afternoon into Sunday afternoon. On one area, just like Canal Street in Bourbon, French Quarter essentially, right on the outskirts of the quarter, in the French Quarter. 3 shootings within blocks of each other. Just not good. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. Sidney Torres may be teaming up with the Lindy Boggs Hospital folks that couldn't gain any traction, weren't able to gain any traction. They were like almost ready to throw in the towel. Now, Sidney Torres, who owns about 6-7 acres right next door to Lindy Boggs. Hey, guys, let's work together. I could use more than the 6 acres. You guys need a leg up from Lindy Boggs. Let's work together. Talking about a $160 million project on Bayou St. John, Doc Francis Parkway, kind of where the bayou ends, where Doc Francis Parkway starts. Bienville, Lindy Boggs Hospital in the Bayou by American Can. That's good stuff. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480, how you dial us up. Let's head to the Rouse's Markets phone lines. Yeah, full slate on this gorgeous Monday. Beautiful weather day. Fantastic weather day. Tough to beat. Get outside, enjoy it. Linda joins us in New Orleans. What's up, Linda?
Yes, hello.
Hey, how are you, Linda?
I'm calling maybe to give one of the answers, I think.
All right.
I've forgotten the other question.
How was Thanksgiving, Linda?
It was great. I didn't have to cook. A relative did, and I enjoyed myself.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice not having that responsibility. Just show up and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. All right, Linda, I got 3 questions. Before it was Lindy Boggs Hospital, before it was Lafitte Greenway, why Canal Street? Pick your poison.
Number 1, I think it was Mercy Hospital.
Yep, that's all. Just one question's all you need. All you need is one, and you're a winner. You are correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
Yeah, I always knew it as Mercy Hospital.
Yes.
And then I guess late in that hospital's existence, I guess late 1990s, early 2000s, it was Lindy Boggs Hospital, appropriately named, but yeah, it definitely could use some help. It's been dormant for about 20 years. Excellent work, Linda.
Thank you.
Hey, can you hang on a second?
Yes, I can. Thank
All right. That's Linda in New Orleans picking up $50 to the Woodhouse. Good job, Linda. Let's stay in New Orleans. Larry joins us in the French Quarter. What up, Larry?
Where you at, Corey? How you doing?
Good, doing well, man. How about you, Larry?
I'm doing pretty good. Kind of stressing on the Pelicans. I know the Canal Street from reading the Times-Picayune and Campanella fellow that writes all those articles. It was going to be a canal, but they never built it. Surprise, surprise. And so that's how it got its name.
Yeah, I think it was going to be a canal from like the river to Basin Street, and then maybe some kind of lock system would connect it into, a canal there, and then you could essentially get from the lake to the river. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You are correct, Larry. Excellent work, Larry in the French Quarter.
You're right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
How was Thanksgiving, Larry?
It was very quiet, Corey. Did not a whole lot.
I was in your neck of the woods. I went to Mr. B's down the block from you. That was good.
There you go.
Yep.
Hey, Corey, do me a favor. You gonna have Brett on today?
Yeah, I'm supposed to have Brett on. Yep, about 5:35 in about an hour.
Ask him if he has a reaction to Christian Clark's column yesterday about the tenure of David Griffin and the investment in Zion and Ingram and what his job future might be with the Pelicans. And if I may touch the third rail of New Orleans media, how about the overseeing of both franchises by the owner? Are we satisfied that the Pelicans are getting the same attention as the Saints?
Yeah, no, those are great points, Larry. Great stuff. Hang on, all right? That's Larry. He picked up a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Don't go anywhere, Larry. The corporal's going to get some info from you. I always wanted the Schwest guy to get the Pelicans, so there'd be two different ownerships. And I thought it was kind of a bummer when Gail Benson, I think, is great. I'm not knocking the Benson organization. Gail Benson, what she does for the city, philanthropy, gets the city, not threatening to move the teams on and on and on. But yeah, I think the Pelicans will always be second to the Saints. And if the Schwest guy or any other, multi-millionaire, billionaire type would have owned the Pelicans separate from the Saints, you'd have a different front office, different everything. There'd be a separation. They wouldn't be running the Pelicans like they run the Saints. They'd be running them like they would run them. It would just be different. I thought it would have been an ideal situation, but it didn't work out that way. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades on Jefferson Highway across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King. Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants, shops, and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
Native son, great New Orleanian. No, that's me.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
New Orleans native son. No, that's me. That's me, lady. Wow. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks so much for joining us on a Monday afternoon. What's wrong, Corporal? Anyway, boy, we gave away 2 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates very quickly. What was it before? It was Lindy Boggs Hospital, Mercy Hospital. Why was it Canal Street? There's no canal. They were planning on building a canal. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway. That one's still out there, that question. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway. What was it? What was it originally? Give me the answer to that. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Hey, Baton Rouge, Helm Paint and Decorating is in the capital city for over a year now. When it's time to paint in Baton Rouge, Helm Paint and Decorating. High quality Benjamin Moore paint, all the supplies you need. Free 2-hour delivery so you or your crew can keep working, continue the job, finish the job quickly. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, 7 locations. When you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, 4 locations. Do it once, do it right. They truly will steer you in the right direction. Helm Paint and Decorating when it's time to paint in New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Hope you had some things to be thankful for over this Thanksgiving extended weekend. Nice wintry weather continues, cool and crisp over the next few days. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. Sidney Torres, who owns some land by the Lafitte Greenway and Doc Francis Parkway, and the owners of the old Mercy Hospital Lindy Boggs site might be getting together to do a $160 million project. I hope so. That would be fantastic. A big leg up for that area. Let's hit the phone lines, the Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480, 766-9480. Chuck joins us in Metri, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. What up, Chuck? Chuck, you there? What up, Chuck?
Yep, I'm here now.
Oh, there we go. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. Was Thanksgiving nice?
Oh, it was, most certainly. I'm from a large family, and so as everybody gets older and has grandkids and nieces and nephews, it just gets bigger and bigger.
How big? How many people?
Well, this was kind of light this year because a couple of brothers and sisters were going out of town on trips with their families, and so we had, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of about 35.
Wow, that's monstrous. That's incredible.
Yeah. So it was good, and I smoked a turkey for the first time.
How did it come out?
I came out pretty good. That was the first time I ever cooked a turkey or baked a turkey, you know.
How did you do it? Out on like a green egg or something?
No, in a pellet smoker.
Yeah, nice.
Basically, with, you know, a butter and jalapeno injection and some apple wood smoke flavor. So it was good. Just a little bit of spice, not too much.
How many hours on the smoker?
Total time about 3 hours, actually.
Wow, nice. Good for you, man.
I did a lot of research. There's a couple of different ways to do it, but
yeah,
I was pleased with it. Texture was good. I, of course, followed my temperatures. 3 different thermometers, to be quite honest.
Nice.
Just wanted to make sure I hit it right on the mark.
Nice. Does it still have the little thing that pops out?
No, I didn't have one of those.
Yep.
Nope.
There you go. Anyway,
and I took advantage of the Rouse's, buy a spiral sliced ham and get a turkey.
Yeah, you get a free turkey. It's a great deal. They do that every year. Yep,
for sure.
Good job.
So I think I know what the Lafitte Greenway was before.
Really?
Yes. Of course, it was railroad tracks, but I think it was probably part of New Orleans Public Belt Railroad. And just kind of like that same Tammany Trace, where they donated the railroad land. And so they basically made, pedestrian walkway out of it.
Yeah, I'll accept that answer. That's sort of the, I guess, really the, almost an incidental, I guess, in a way. But no, I mean, I shouldn't say an incidental, but it's, you're right in a way that I'm looking for something else, but I think that works pretty well. That's pretty good.
I mean, you got anything else? I mean, or
well, yeah, I'm going to leave the question out there.
Okay.
But it was used by the Southern Railway.
Okay.
But before that, it was something else originally, and then the railway came.
I will forfeit the prize.
No. I'm giving you the prize because you're indirectly correct. I can't deny there was definitely a railway there.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
Yep. No, you're right. It's kind of a dual answer. Anyway.
Yeah, I wish they could have got it a little bit closer.
No, you're good. I like getting you a gift card and still having the question hot and alive out there. Hang on, all right, Chuck?
All right, thank you, Corey.
That's Chuck in Metairie. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, Chuck. The corporal's going to get some info from Chuck. We're going to tighten up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. No, he's right. There was a railway there, but there was something that predates the railway. Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway. Before that, it was a railroad. Before that, what was it originally? Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Linda, Larry, Chuck, all getting 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse this hour. Sweet. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Hey, are you running heat the last few days? I bet you are. Might be running air conditioning by next week. You never know. AC, heat help, total maintenance is there for you. That's all you need to know. They're honest air conditioning and heating experts, and they come immediately. I don't know about you, but all I need are those 3 things with an air conditioning and heating outfit. I want honest people I can trust. That's Fair and Honest Lucas and the boys, incapable of screwing you around. I want air conditioning and heating experts. They know what they're doing. Diagnose it right the first time. And I want folks with a sense of urgency that come immediately because I'm stressed out. My AC or heat isn't working right, or worse, not working at all. Total Maintenance. In New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, find them online, tm-ac.com. In New Orleans, in Baton Rouge, find them online, tm-ac.com. That's Total Maintenance, your air conditioning and heating experts. And don't let a Sunday or overnight or holiday make you wait. They're there Monday through Friday, weeknights, weekends, weekend overnights, holidays, Sundays, 24/7, 365. tm-ac.com if you need heat or air conditioning help. Think Total Maintenance. Corey Johnson with you. President Biden pardons his son Hunter Biden, who was found guilty back in June, 3 felonies and a tax evasion charge also, or charges. Set to be sentenced later this month, like I think December 12th on the 3 felonies and December 15th in a few weeks on the 9 tax evasion charges. President Biden previously said on multiple occasions, as has his staff, that he would not pardon his son. Wouldn't do it. What, about 7+ weeks left in the Joe Biden presidency? 7 weeks until Donald Trump takes over as president. Joe Biden said he wouldn't do it. He's doing it. Pardons Hunter Biden, his son. A lot of folks feel that this just totally green lights President-elect Trump to pardon the January 6th felons, about 1,000 of them. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. 90-something% of them pleading guilty. Many of them with remorse, like not pleading guilty like that was my only choice, but pleading guilty because they were indeed guilty and did wrong. You know, January 6th was an abomination. It'll never be forgotten. It's never going to go away. It's not just going to fade into history. People are going to forget it. There's no hidden video or anything. We all saw it live. There's no hidden tapes. Well, I'll tell you what I enjoyed on Thanksgiving, Leidenheimer French bread. First thing that the restaurant brought out to the table, the little mini loaf of Leidenheimer French bread in its own little bag. A couple of those for the table. And then we got a couple more of those for the table. That Leidenheimer French bread's so good. Yeah, it's served in the city's finest restaurants. And then if you're enjoying an authentic New Orleans po' boy, it's going to be on Leidenheimer French bread, right? Since 1896, Leidenheimer Baking Company been baking up that Leidenheimer French bread that you love. Unbelievable. Over 125 years. Leidenheimer French bread, Leidenheimer Baking Company.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area, Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Port of New Orleans is the gate to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here. Delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com. Your cool spot.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. Innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, ship, and more. If you want to be part of a successful team, visit Latrim. That's LAITRAM.com.
As New Orleans as coffee in the morning and as New Orleans is coffee in the morning and raw oyster lunch. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
That's funny. I'm like the New Orleanian, I guess, Corporal. I do not drink coffee and I don't eat raw oysters. What a promo.
I don't eat them raw either. I'll drink coffee, but I only eat charbroiled.
Yeah. Oh, I'll eat our grilled ones. I'll eat them in gumbo. I'll eat fried oysters, but I don't eat raw oysters, shucked raw oysters. I just never have. I don't know why. Not against it, just don't eat them. And don't drink coffee, never have. Everybody, my 4 older brothers, sisters, my mom, my dad, everybody drank coffee. I'd be the outlier, not drinking coffee in the morning. Anyway, I like Blue Plate mayonnaise. How about that? That's as New Orleans as it gets. Little Blue Plate. I know folks enjoyed that over the Thanksgiving holiday. Boy, making a turkey sandwich the next day. It's not a turkey sandwich without the Blue Plate. Since 1927, if you're a New Orleanian, it's got to be Blue Plate New Orleans mayonnaise. Spread the love. Monday afternoon, post-Thanksgiving. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Nice wintry weather. It continues. Cool and crisp out there. It's nice. Go take a walk. Just bundle up. You can always take off layers later. That's the worst, being cold, huh? And when you have on too many layers, you just peel off a layer and move on. So bundle up. I think this afternoon, like in an hour, if you go for a walk, you probably need like a knit hat and gloves. Your big coat. The big coat. The nice weather, like 40s in the morning. And I mean, we peaked out already at like 62 degrees. We're like high 50s already. It's already going down. Now, that continues pretty much all week long. Tomorrow is going to be blue skies, sunny, cool and crisp. And then I think Wednesday, Thursday kind of gets a little cloudy, maybe even some rain, maybe. So maybe not as cool and crisp, cool and maybe a little more humid. 4 dead, 9 separate shootings in about 24 hours, starting Saturday afternoon into Sunday afternoon, early evening. 4 dead, 9 separate shootings. Just insane. 3 of them blocks from each other. Canal Street, Bourbon Street, 3 shootings within about, 5-6 hours. 6 injured, 6 shot. No, we've been on a great tear in a positive way. Huge reduction in violent crime in the city. This proactive policing by the NOPD, by State Troop N, by that clean sweep where about 20 different law enforcement agencies rounded up and arrested about 150 violent criminals off the street of Metro New Orleans. No, all that has helped tremendously. It's not a good problem to have, but it's a better problem to have than not. The opposite. Wow, the jail's empty in New Orleans. Yeah, then violent crime must be really high in New Orleans. Jail's full. Yeah, because a lot of criminals are in jail that we're just running around on the streets. And you want to know why it's working? You want to know how you can tell it's working? The car drifting, the 4-wheelers on Sundays. I don't want to say minor crime because it's a nightmare. Someone starts drifting on the I-10 and blocks the road, or drifting in some intersection and a crowd gathers and you can't drive through. You're trying to get somewhere. No, it sucks. The 4-wheelers just taking over a city street, 24-wheelers. They're not out and about anymore because Jimmy got arrested and his 4-wheeler was seized by the city, by the state police, confiscated by NOPD, whatever. So the criminals are talking, man, there's a much bigger police presence. You're crazy to take your 4-wheeler out. They'll arrest you and take your 4-wheeler. So the little crimes are being affected. So they know that the bigger crimes are going to be affected. There is more of a police presence, more proactive policing. No, we were rolling in such a nice direction for like the last 6 months. Plummeting violent crime. And just in the last few weeks from that second line, 2 shootings had nothing to do with each other. I mean, it'd be better if they had something to do with each other. But it was 2 separate shootings, 2 different groups, 45 minutes apart, thinking the same crazy way, shooting into a crowd. And then you get another mass shooting, and now you have 4 dead and 9 separate shootings. No, not good. This was the start of a major tourism streak we got going. That was Bayou Classic weekend. Got New Orleans Bowl in a few weeks. Got the Sugar Bowl, a college football playoff game. We know what's after that. The Super Bowl, Mardi Gras after that, French Quarter Fest, Jazz Fest. We got, a serious 120, 150 days in front of us. Don't need 4 dead, 9 separate shootings in 24 hours. Hey, New Year is coming up in 4 weeks. It'll be 2025 in 4 weeks. Latrim is hiring. Start the new year off right with a new job, a new career, something you love, something you look forward to doing. Latrim is hiring. For a full listing of positions available, go to latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I-T-R-A-M, latrim.com. Hiring at their Elmwood facility and hiring at their I-12 facility on the North Shore. So East Bank, West Bank, North Shore, they got you covered at Latrim, latrim.com. Uh-oh. Look who's waking up. What up, buddy? It is a gorgeous Monday. You're right on the money. What else? I should throw down coals again. We did that last night, buddy. Throw them down again anyway. It's such a nice night. I hear you. Extra kibble for you and extend the walk tonight because of the cool, crisp weather. You got it, Blue Boy. Your wish is my command, buddy. 5 o'clock powwow next.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m. Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at La Barre by Causeway. Smoothie King. Hey, New Orleans, if you've ever wanted to experience life on St. Charles Avenue, now is your chance. The Grand Victorian, the ultimate bed and breakfast in the Garden District on the streetcar line. Built in 1893, this magnificent house will make your special weekend getaway special. To find out more, go to gvbb.com. That's gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian, where the locals go to get away.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ford F-150, number one seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became number one for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com. Your cool spot.
Oh boy, the corporal's upset. I'm throwing plastic containers at him. Yeah, you right. 5 o'clock hour already upon us. Corey Johnson back at you. Thanks so much for joining us, Crescent City. Drew Brees, number 9, is correct. As usual, it is indeed New Orleans, Louisiana. I hope you had something to be thankful for this past Thanksgiving extended weekend, 4 days straight up until yesterday. That went by fast. I thought that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday went by like a regular weekend, like 2 days. Nothing 4 days about that. We did get some nice wintry weather, or we're experiencing right now some nice wintry weather. Right after Thanksgiving, Friday it rolled in. It pretty much is rolling for the rest of the week. 40s in the morning. We've already peaked out at like 61 degrees. We're in the high 50s. It's going down. 40s when you wake up tomorrow morning, and then it'll creep up into maybe 60, 61, low 60s. That's about it. Pretty much the same all week long. Tomorrow's going to be very sunny. And then maybe Wednesday, Thursday, a little bit of cloud cover, but high 40s to start every day. I shouldn't say high 40s, like 40s. Some of it's low to mid. And then maybe 60, 61 degrees, the high. So enjoy it. Little wintry weather continuing throughout the week. Sidney Torres, Ivy Waste, and other things. He owns land by the Lafitte Greenway, by Norman Francis Parkway, by Bayou St. John. NOLA.com had an article that Torres going to take his 6 acres on the Lafitte Greenway. And the two guys, Flowers and Hoffman, I think's their name, Flower and Hoffman, they own the Lindy Boggs Hospital and are pretty much like throwing their hands up, like can't get it done, can't get the federal funding, can't get Lindy Boggs Hospital on track. I think Sidney Torres is a creative person. He's like, man, I want to build on this 6 acres on the Lafitte Greenway, but it'd be nice maybe to partner and get the Lindy Boggs Hospital guys on board and that hospital site as part of this deal. So then we go from Bienville and Doc Francis Parkway east towards the post office, towards American Can. Wants to call it Lafitte Market, a lifestyle center where you live, work, play, eat, entertainment, all in one spot. Like offices, apartments, condos, some you rent, some you would own. Boutique retail, restaurants. About $160 million project. Love to see that. That Lindy Boggs Hospital site has just been sitting there for 20 years now. 20 years. 20 friggin' years and nothing done. Bienville towards Carrollton's had apartments go up. Some of that light industrial, turning less light industrial, like office space in the warehouses instead of warehousing and manufacturing and the like. It's been a while since any manufacturing was done on that corridor. Had a little $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate to give away last hour. What was it called before it was called Lindy Boggs Hospital? We got an answer. I think that was from Linda. Mercy Hospital. Mercy Hospital. Then we were talking about the Lafitte Greenway. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway, what was there? And I think it was Chuck in Metairie said a railroad. And he was right, but I was looking before the railroad ran along the Lafitte Greenway. What was it before that? Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse can be yours. And then Canal Street came up. Why Canal Street? Why the name Canal Street when there's no canal? And they're supposed to build a canal there. I think Larry in the French Quarter got that answer right. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway, before the railroad ran there, I think Southern Railway. What was there where the Lafitte Greenway is? What was originally there? Give me the answer to that. I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. Guys, it's what she wants. Don't stress out another year. It's like every year, the same thing you go through. What am I going to get her? You're all stressed out. What gift am I going to get her? Then when you even think of that gift, you're like, is she going to like it? I got both your problems solved. What do you get her? A day of relaxation at the city's premier day spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa. Is she going to like it? It's exactly what she wants. She's going to love it. Get pampered, nails done, toes done, massage, facial, the whole deal. Get her a full-blown day of relaxation. WoodhouseSpas.com. You can do all of it online. WoodhouseSpas.com. 2 South Shore locations, 2 North Shore locations by the Mall of Louisiana in Baton Rouge. I recommend going to one of those 5 locations, guys, because in the lobby foyer area, there's all kind of goodies for her that she loves, like bath salts, moisturizers, candles. So tighten her up with stuff from the lobby foyer area and then get her that day of relaxation gift card. WoodhouseSpas.com. Yeah, I got you jump started. I've still got 50 bucks to the Woodhouse for you. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway, before it was the railroad that ran by the Lafitte Greenway, what was there? What was it originally? Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse can be yours. 4 dead, 9 separate shootings. Just crazy. Saturday afternoon through Sunday afternoon, about 24, 27 hours, averaging a shooting about every 2 or 3 hours. 4 dead, 9 separate shootings. 3 of the shootings were within blocks of each other, like by Bourbon and Canal, in the quarter or right on the outside of the quarter. 6 people shot within about 6, 7 hours of each other. Just crazy. Can't have that. That was Bayou Classic weekend. Can't have tourists coming in from the region, from the country, coming in to enjoy New Orleans, have some tie to Southern or Grambling, maybe where they went to school or their kids went to school or whatever. And they come down here, they spend a lot of money, and they get shot at or even shot. Just can't have that. 2 gunmen shooting at each other, not hitting each other, but hitting 4 other people, including 3 visitors from out of town during Bayou Classic. We got New Orleans Bowl coming up. Got the Sugar Bowl, a college football playoff game. Got the Super Bowl. Got Mardi Gras. Got French Quarter Fest. Got Jazz Fest. This is all like the next 120, 150 days. We've had a major decrease in violent crime, these kind of shootings. Can't have this start rearing its ugly head again. President Joe Biden pardons his son, Hunter Biden, who was found guilty. 3 felonies and in one case, 9 counts of tax evasion in another, was set to be sentenced later this month in 2 different cases. President Biden previously said on multiple occasions, as has his staff, that he would not pardon his son. About 7+ weeks left of the Biden presidency. Today, he pardoned his son, Hunter. There will be no sentencing. I think one was on December 12th for the 3 felonies. The other was like December 15th for the 9 tax evasion counts. Every day, this program on radio, on television, on YouTube. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. Yeah, click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost a thing. Every day, it's always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner and Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway in Elmwood. The Lamarck Automotive Complex, home of Lamarck Ford for 45 years, home of the #1 Lincoln dealership in the state, and Lamarck Crescent City Ford, your commercial truck, van, SUV outlet, taking care of you on both sides of the parish. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex in Kenner and Lamarck Crescent City Ford on Jefferson Highway. 5 o'clock powwow, a Monday afternoon, post-Thanksgiving Monday afternoon with some cool, crisp weather. Nice. Get outside and enjoy it. Corey Johnson with you.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not
just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
Roll call.
Kenner, Metairie, Harahan, River Ridge, Algiers, Gretna, Harvey, Terrytown, West Wego. We got you covered.
Yeah, you right. Monday afternoon edition of the program. Corey Johnson with you, 5 o'clock power hour. Still one $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate to give away. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway, what was that tract of land? That linear stretch of land? Give me the answer to that. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse Day Spa locations. It's December, guys. In just a few weeks, gift up time. Got to tighten her up. Problem solved. Woodhouse Day Spa. A day of relaxation. Problem solved. She's going to love it. Get her a gift card. Good at the Woodhouse. I was there yesterday, Canal Street, 4:30 appointment, 50-minute deep tissue massage. Crushed me. Fantastic. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Trying to get the shoulders down a little bit. It's like when you hit the reset button on your phone. That's what a good deep tissue massage is like at the Woodhouse. You could leave and go home and go to sleep. You could leave and go work out. It's like someone hit the reset button on you. You're just ready to go in any direction you want. Rest and relaxation, exercise, whatever. Just major reset button engaged after a deep tissue massage at the Woodhouse. My only regret, I did 50 minutes. I should have done 80. That's my only regret. Could have easily gone another 30 minutes. That would have put me in la-la land. I walked out. I was like, please don't talk to me. Brain not working. Having trouble walking to car. No, I mean, that's a little exaggerated, but boy, it was so nice. WoodhouseSpas.com. Boy, nice weather. Get outside and enjoy it. Maybe some outdoor dining tonight. How about under the green awning, under the oak trees on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe? How about lamb chops? How about shish kebab? Lebanon's Cafe, open till 9:30 by the streetcar barn, Carrollton and Jeanette. So good, Lebanon's Cafe. By the way, 7 days a week, 11 a.m. till 9:30, open straight through the day, 11 a.m. to 9:30, 7 days a week. Lebanon's Cafe by the streetcar barn. Yummy. I had some of that to go the other day. Boy, I had a good 4-day Thanksgiving. Went to Mr. B's, had the gumbo, this great salad. It was like pecan freak-out day. The salad had pecans on it, some candied pecans. Wonderful. Got the speckled trout pecan with the pecan crust. And then I got a slice of pecan pie. Had no regrets. Did not over pecan at Mr. B's. All of it was fantastic. My brother got the creme brulee. I got to taste a little of that. That was outstanding. No, so a little seafood gumbo. The gumbo yaya is the chicken and andouille. I went with the seafood. Crab meat, shrimp, really good. And then the pecan crusted trout. Speckled trout with that salad before with the pecans. Yeah, I 4-coursed it. And then the pecan pie. And then over the weekend, I beelined across the causeway and went to Gallagher's 527 and overdid it, but it was just so damn good. I couldn't help myself. I was going to get a fifth thing. So I stopped at 4. Started with seafood gumbo at Gallagher's 527. Great gumbo. Shrimp, crab meat, even crawfish. Really good gumbo. Then I had that crab meat St. Francis, the genuine Warren LaRuth recipe of that crab meat dish. Piping hot in this little ramekin, just tons of Louisiana jumbo lump crab meat. Outstanding appetizer. So from the gumbo to the crab meat app, the crab meat St. Francis. Then I just got a petite filet, just a little filet, and it comes sizzling in butter. Old school, like Bruce Chris used to do it. And as a side, I got the sweet potato casserole with sweet potatoes with pecans and I think some brown sugar on the top. Just really good. And I was going to get the Merlaton. And I figured I'd eat probably half the sweet potatoes, half the Merlaton, and bring, those home with me. But I skipped the Merlaton and got the sweet potatoes and pretty much knocked out the entire sweet potato dish. So good. That Gallagher's 527, man. Wow. I'll be back later this week, either for lunch or dinner over there, because it's that damn good. So good. Love it. I like this idea for Mid-City by American Can, by Bayou St. John, Lafitte Greenway, incorporating the Lindy Boggs Hospital site, which has been blighted for 20 years. $160 million development. The Lafitte Market. Sidney Torres talked about this months ago, years ago, I believe, like a year or two ago, and then never got it going. Now, just recently, the Lindy Boggs owners, a guy Flower and his partner Hoffman, they couldn't get the federal money. They're trying to get something going, but they've just hit roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. Sidney Torres apparently reached out to them and said, guys, maybe we work together. We can get this done. Form a partnership. Get the Lindy Boggs Hospital involved, my 6 acres on the Greenway. And it is a lifestyle center where you live, work, play, eat, entertainment, dine, everything in one spot. $160 million development. Sidney Torres is talking about like a bridge where you would connect Bayou St. John and have like a little stream head into the development. So people could like kayak from like their door straight out into the bayou. I guess Moss Street, there'd have to be like probably like $1 million bridge or more on Moss Street by the post office where the bayou would run under that into that development. I think that's a fantastic idea. I mean, Bayou St. John's right there. If you could actually get it to a little outlet to run into the development, are you kidding? Just beautiful, and something that increases the value, that more people want to be around that. I know I would be. Make me want to go visit just because of that. $160 million development's great. One that sits on Bayou St. John and being able to, implement Bayou St. John into the development. Fantastic. Kayaking, all that stuff. Brilliant idea. Like to see it go. Hopefully the neighborhood's on board. Hopefully you don't have some squeaky wheels that act like they're pro-New Orleans and the opposite's true. They're anti-New Orleans. Don't need that. And could use $160 million development in the heart of the city? Are you kidding? President Biden pardons his son, Hunter, who was found guilty, 2 separate cases, 3 felonies, buying the gun when he was addicted to drugs, lying on the gun application, 3 felonies there. And then 9 tax evasion charges. I think 3 of those are felonies, 6 of them are misdemeanors. So he was set to be sentenced later this month. I want to say December 12th in a few weeks for the 3 felonies, and then like 3 days later for the tax evasion charges. 2 separate states. President Joe Biden previously said on multiple occasions, as had his staff, that he would not pardon his son. Today, he changed his mind. About 7+ weeks left in the Biden presidency, or 7+ weeks until President-elect Trump is in office. Biden said he wouldn't do it, but he pardoned his son. A lot of people are now going, this just green lights Trump's pardoning of the January 6th criminals. And then other folks say Biden doing this had nothing to do with it. Trump was going to pardon them anyway. I'd like to just see Trump leave those folks alone. Pardoning them is almost like an acknowledgement that he kind of, had something to do with them storming the Capitol, which he obviously did. No, folks that want to downplay that or act like it was no big deal, pretend it's Democrats that did it. It was all Democrats, liberals that stormed the Capitol. Pretend they were black. They're all black. A black insurrection on the Capitol. If you have no problem with it right now, you'd have no problem with it being Democrats or black folks storming the Capitol. Point is, it doesn't matter who was doing it, right, left, black, white. Doesn't matter. It was wrong. It was as bad as it gets. And for you to not get that, and really not to understand like how the rest of the world perceived that situation. And I love all the folks that tried to, make it go away. New video release, new statements released, all this. It's like we watched it live on television. That's the beauty of TV. We watched it live, multiple outlets. Could have been Fox, could have been MSNBC, anyone in between. We all watched it live. We saw it live, real, on TV. So there's no new video that's going to reveal anything. We saw what happened. It's never going away. History will never forget it. That name and date, January 6th, will be there forever. It wasn't a good time. No, I'd like to see Donald Trump just leave that alone. Most of the folks that were charged pled guilty. Many of the ones that pled guilty are guilty, like admit they're guilty. Didn't do it, like had no choice. Feds were going to get me. I had no choice but to plead guilty. Some of them, but there's some that, yes, I look back on it now, don't know what I was thinking. Totally wrong. Yeah, I pled guilty because I was guilty. No, that was a terrible stain on America and democracy. That was an awful day. Never want to have that happen again. Nothing even close to that. No, just flip the side. Make it a Democrat president, Democrat storming the Capitol. A Democrat president that said, I'll meet you at the Capitol later. Let's go. Boy, best quality, best price, best selection, Rouse's Markets. That Italian olive oil from Sicily, half the price of the name brands. And I'm telling you, it's one of those name brands. It's some olive oil producer. Donnie Rouse didn't go to Italy and buy a grove of olives and started making olive oil. He hooked up with an olive oil producer and said, I want a Rouse's labeled product with your high quality olive oil. And those folks said, fine. No, about half the price. That Cola Vita, which I love, is like $20. The Rouse's branded extra virgin olive oil from Sicily, about $10 for the same quantity. Half the price. Same quality. I love those Rouse's labeled items. Best quality, best price, best selection, tastes like home, Rouse's Markets. You heading home from work? You'll probably pass 2 or 3 Rouse's. Stop on in. They'll take care of you. Corey Johnson with you, 5 o'clock power hour. Still got 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse to give away. Before it was the Lafitte Greenway, and before that railroad ran along it, what was it originally? That linear stretch of land that is now the Lafitte Greenway. What was it originally? Give me the answer to that. I've got 50 big bucks for you. Good at one of the 5 area Woodhouse locations. Just in time, holiday season. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate. 766-9480. 766-9480. President Biden pardoning his son, Hunter Biden. 4 dead, 9 separate shootings in about 24 plus hours. Late Saturday afternoon to early Sunday evening. 24, 25, 26, 27 hours. 9 separate shootings. But average shooting about every 2.5, 3 hours apart on average. 9. 4 dead, multiple shot. 3 of the shootings about a block from each other. Bourbon and Canal Street. 6 shot. Just the last shooting, 2 gunmen were just shooting at each other. Neither one hit each other, but they hit 4 other people. 3 of the 4 were tourists, visitors from out of town. Just not good. Can't have that. Not when violent crime was plummeting. Can't have the second line shootings, plural. Can't have, mass shootings after that a couple of days later. And now this. 4 dead, 9 separate shootings in 24 hours. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. That's how you participate. Greg joins us on the North Shore. What up, Greg?
Yeah, Corey, I'm calling about your opinion about January 6th. You're saying, what if it was Democrats or blacks? And if it were Democrats, it would have been all washed away, explained over. They would have been bailed out of jail.
I don't know how you can say that, Greg. I don't know how you can say that. I was just saying that Trump people are not, that's an incidental. Just those folks storming the Capitol the way they did, obviously a crime. Politics are irrelevant in that. So that's my point. Black folks, white folks, anybody doing it, they're guilty. I'm just saying the folks that want to downplay January 6th like it was nothing, I'm saying if you flip the script a little bit, have a little empathy, and it's a Democrat president, a Democrat calling for that, and Democrats storm the Capitol, I think a lot of folks that are downplaying it would be freaking out about it. That's my point. But that just seems so criminal that Democrat, Republican, black or white, those folks are going to get prosecuted. You're saying if they were liberals or Democrats, they would have gotten away with it.
Exactly. They got away with it for all the riots.
They got away with what?
They got bailed out by Kamala and George Soros. They also, after Trump's election, had the riots around D.C., burned that church down next to the White House.
Oh, no. There's a bunch of that. At Portland, Seattle, a lot of those people got arrested and went to jail. Somewhere, what was it, Wittenhouse? Didn't he get bailed out by some group? I think they raised like $1 million for his defense. So it works both ways, Greg. These political zealots on the left and the right will bail out folks on their side. You're right about that. It's pathetic. Anyway, anything else, Greg?
After the Supreme Court. Yeah, after the Supreme Court with the, what was it? Can't remember if it was the abortion or one of the nominations.
What about it?
Went to the Supreme Court. It burned through paint on the doors of the Supreme Court and tried to burn down the doors. The only difference is they didn't open the doors. And the January 6th.
You had some protesters outside burning the flag, stuff like that, but never any threat to the... Greg, are the January 6 people guilty of a crime?
Half the city on fire.
Are the January 6 people guilty of a crime, Greg?
Republicans are not allowed to protest.
Okay, I don't know how you say that. They protest all the time. I mean, Trump rallies are a form of protest.
In jail for January 6th without charges for 4 years.
Greg, we don't seem to be conversing. I don't know, we're either talking over each other, have a bad connection. Just a simple question. Are the January 6 people criminals?
Criminals, to a degree, yeah.
People breaking into the Capitol, breaking windows, breaking properties, going where they're clearly not supposed to be. I'd say those are criminals, right? Clearly. I mean, no questions, right? And then, Greg, think about this. Like the shaman guy with the horns, like you want to be connected to that guy? You want that guy at your house? That's the kind of guy you want to hang out with? Or is that guy a complete and total idiot? You know, January 6th is easy. Just take politics out of it. Your side screws up. The other side screws up. Neither side's really that much better or worse than the other, kind of equal. I think you just have religious zealots that think their side is good and the other side's evil, and only one side's good and the other side's bad. I don't agree with that. So anyway, Greg, thanks for the call from the North Shore. Yeah, January 6th for me is easy. I don't care who's involved. Care if they're black or white or Republican or Democrat. Criminals. Can't have that. No excuse for that ever. And it's easy and obvious. And what I don't get is like, I think folks like look at the general idea, like, okay, it was MAGA folks, it was Trump people. Great. Those particular MAGA Trump people, they're like you, MAGA and Trump, if that's what you are. I doubt it. You're probably a law-abiding citizen that's a conservative that you want to have nothing to do with those folks. I just don't understand, like, when folks defend folks that they would want to have nothing to do with. You're not hanging out with the shaman guy. You have nothing in common with him. He's a total and complete idiot. Deserved to go to jail. Can't go busting into a senator or House rep's office, Democrat or Republican, like him or not. It doesn't, hey, I don't like them. I don't like what they represent. I'm okay with them attacking the Capitol today. Doesn't work that way. There's no good time or acceptable time, any time for a group to attack the Capitol like that. Hey, it's holiday season. You got friends and family coming in from out of town. And between us, you don't want them staying at your house, but that's the plan. And then you don't want to just put them up at some hotel room anywhere. You want them to stay somewhere special. How about the Grand Victorian? The ultimate bed and breakfast in the Garden District on St. Charles Avenue, which means it's on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line. Walk out the front door of the Grand Victorian, head uptown on the streetcar, head downtown, Warehouse District, French Quarter on the streetcar. Or walk to St. Charles Avenue, Britannia, Magazine, historic homes, great restaurants, shops, all right there. If you're listening or watching from outside New Orleans, the Grand Victorian is a great way to visit the city. And it's not just for visitors or out-of-towners, the ultimate staycation for locals to enjoy the city, for that special romantic weekend getaway on St. Charles Avenue, on the streetcar line in the Garden District. Are you kidding? Experience all the fun of New Orleans holiday season, all the events this month in the city, staying at the Grand Victorian. Now, the Grand Victorian still has rooms available for this month. Still have rooms available for the Super Bowl, for Valentine's Day weekend, for French Quarter Fest and Jazz Fest. But they've got about a dozen rooms, and like how they're booked up for Mardi Gras, they'll be booked up for all these other events really soon, like in the next few days, next few weeks. To book a special room at the Grand Victorian, go to their website, gvbb.com. Grand Victorian, bed, breakfast, gvbb.com, the Grand Victorian. Corey Johnson with you, coming right back.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Come experience the best smoothies in the metro area at Smoothie King. Jay and his father have been Smoothie King franchisees for decades. On Jefferson Highway, across from Oxnard, on Airline Highway at LeBar by Causeway. Smoothie King.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Have you been to the new Tracy's on Magazine? There's no better sports bar restaurant in the entire city. Tracy's is inside of a 100-year-old building with literally dozens and dozens of flat-screen TVs, including a 120-inch monster. Tracy's has everything you're looking for in a sports bar, including arguably the best roast beef po' boy in town. When it's time to check out your favorite teams, make it Tracy's on Magazine at Pleasant, in between Washington and Louisiana. Legendary Tracy's in the Garden District.
Want to stay somewhere special when visiting New Orleans? Look no further than the Grand Victorian. Located in the Garden District on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line, the Grand Victorian is ideally placed for visiting the city's local attractions, fabulous restaurants, shops, and more. Make your stay in New Orleans something to remember. To find out more about the Grand Victorian or to book, go to gvbb.com. The Grand Victorian.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
Native son, great New Orleans. No, that's me.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
New Orleans native son. No, that's me. That's me, lady. Young's Dry Cleaning for 84 years, since 1940, a New Orleans institution. Walk-up locations, free pickup and delivery, manless locker locations. Want to experience the best dry cleaner? Young'sDryCleaning.com. Young'sDryCleaning.com. It is a Monday afternoon, a Martell Monday. He's been with the Associated Press for nearly 30 years. Brett Martell joins us again. How you doing, Brett? Happy Thanksgiving.
I'm doing well. How was your holiday?
It was good, man. Ate too much as usual, but it was really good. How about yours?
Yeah. Ate too much, but was also really busy. Covered Tulane Thursday night for the Pelicans the night before that on Wednesday, and then LSU on Saturday and the Saints on Sunday. So
maybe we can just take them maybe we'll take them in chronological order. A setback for the Wave. Memphis came to play. Their running back, quarterback, kind of on the ground, getting it done. And Tulane just never kind of could catch up like they usually do.
Yeah, I mean, the key with Tulane was some uncharacteristic drop balls. It was getting increasingly cold during the night.
Yep.
And, I don't know if that had anything to do with
windy.
Some Tulane receivers not holding on to the ball. I mean, they caught 2 deep balls inside the 10 and then fumbled them when they got obliterated. They were good. Those were good hits, though, good plays by the safety from Memphis on both of those. And there were some drops that might have cost them some points. And, those really affect the balance of the game. It affects, they're just missed scoring opportunities, and it has a residual effect on how hard the defense has to work to try to keep you in it and how much time they have to spend in the field. So it just kind of, had a ripple effect.
What is it, Friday, Tulane and Army play for the conference championship?
Yeah, they play at West Point, and the winner should get a nice bowl game out of it. But unfortunately, Tulane had maybe an outside shot to sneak into the 12-team playoff, and that kind of vanished when they lost to Memphis at home.
Yep. Brett Martell's with us, another Martell Monday. Any talk of John Sumrall going anywhere, or you think he's staying, Brett?
Well, he's like the most popular name for all the openings that are around, but he is in. What I think he wants to do is wait for the right opening that's for him, and until then, he wants to win, and he knows he can win here until that opening comes up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And the right opening is not just. It might be a place that he likes or a school that he has ties to, like Kentucky, but it has to be a major program where he feels like he won't just go in and have an uphill climb to build a foundation and get run out of town right away if it doesn't, if people are out of patience.
LSU took care of business last few weeks. Totally different team than the previous 3 where they had that 3-game losing streak. Took care of Vandy last week, took care of Oklahoma over the weekend.
Yeah, Kelly, after that game was a little surly, and made that comment about, we'll see you in the national championship game. He obviously didn't mean this year, but he meant in coming years. Look, I mean, he wasn't really in trouble anyway because, no one's going to do a $60 million buyout. It was kind of silly to even talk about it. But look, he's going to have to start if he doesn't make the playoff next year or at least by year 5. And if he misses it next year, he has to miss it barely. There might have to be some like major key injuries, stuff beyond his control that causes them to miss it. Otherwise, you're looking at a guy who's underachieving at some point, given what he was brought here to do. It's also not a good look for him that Notre Dame is going to make the playoff.
Brett Martell's with us. Speaking of injured, Taysom Hill out for the year, Brett.
Yeah, and it's just, it's the classic example of how cruel football is because, he was the marvel at 34 years old, having that amazing game in Week 11 when they beat Cleveland. Career highs for rushing, scoring 3 touchdowns, completing passes, returning kicks, and catching passes all in the same game. But a reminder of what a remarkable story he's been in the last several years of his NFL career. And then in his very next game, right as he converts a crucial 4th down on a potential game-tying drive, it's kind of a fluky hit. I mean, he had a guy on top of him from behind and another guy coming in low from in front. His knee hyperextended. It looks like the initial reading of the MRI is a torn ACL. And now you have to wonder at his age, I mean, can he ever come back and be what he was?
Will he come back, Brett? 34 years old, major surgery, major rehab. You think Taysom Hill's coming back?
I think if he loves it, if he loves it, and he's been through that injury before in college. But we'll have to see. If he loves it, maybe he'll give it a try. He doesn't want to have any regrets, right? So maybe he'll give it a try. Maybe he will come back. But whether the comeback is successful is a whole other matter. It could be. We've seen guys come into training camp and then realize they just can't do it anymore, and that's kind of how it ends. But at least they don't have any regrets because they gave it a shot.
Pels in Atlanta tonight. No Zion Williamson. No Brandon Ingram. They're 4-17, Brett. Hard to get fired up about the Pelicans right now.
Yeah, it's a dumpster fire there. I mean, and it's sad because, I think everybody wants to blame somebody. They want to blame Willie Green. They want to blame David Griffin. I mean, he built a roster that looked very interesting and promising, and that roster has played exactly 0 games together this entire season, right? I mean, Zion missed the first game when they had the other 4 guys, and then Murray went out, and at the end of the first game, Zion came back for the second game, and then since then it's been a cascade of injuries where they've almost had they've had as many as the top 8 guys in the rotation who were out for one game. All 5 starters and the top 3 reserves, and you get a few of them back here, but it's just mixing and matching unconventional lineups, guys who aren't used to playing with each other. And it's the classic NBA recipe for long losing streaks. And I don't know if it's really anybody's fault or not.
Yeah, with that said, Brett, had a caller last hour, asked Brett about separate ownership. And, I always said, I think it would have been better if Schwest would have owned the Pelicans. I think with the Saints organization, they're always second to the Saints, Brett.
I feel like it's less so. Since Gail's kind of taken over, because it was kind of her idea, I think, to buy the Pelicans.
Yep.
And I think she's personally invested in them. But look, I mean, in our market, I don't know if it would have worked if the reason that David Stern lobbied the Bensons to step in and buy it is because he thought that the only way it would work in this market is if they could consolidate their resources on the marketing side, the front office side, and basically, keep the football and basketball operations totally separate, but consolidate resources on the business side, if you will. And it's made both teams pretty profitable, and they've both gone up in value. And, it's just, but it's just too bad that, I mean, this basketball team has just seemed star-crossed ever since you think they got the luckiest break ever, right? When Anthony Davis wants out and they win the draft lottery and they get Zion Williamson, well, they've seemed star-crossed ever since then.
Yep. No, and Zion Williamson out indefinitely. Who knows if he even comes back and plays this year? It's like 5-6 years in. Just been a big nightmare. I mean, I think ESPN had a top 25 under 25, and Zion Williamson's not on that list. That says it all.
Right. Yeah, it's a total. I mean, he hasn't come close to realizing his potential or the expectations, with which he was drafted. And it's just, the ironic thing is that the Pelicans had the best era they've probably ever had was early in the Chris Paul era. And they had bad luck in the lottery, right? That was the year where they could have finished first. They had bad luck. They ended up falling to, I think, 4th. They wanted Donovan Mitchell. He got picked in front of, not Donovan Mitchell, Devin Harris. He got picked in front of Chris Paul. So they ended up picking Chris Paul instead. And that turned out to be a huge thing for them, right? So you think you got kind of screwed over in the lottery, and you end up with the best year in team history. Then you think you got the luckiest break ever to get Zion Williamson, and you end up with one of the worst years in team history. Just crazy how pro sports and life works.
Hey, Brett, how can folks check out your stuff via the AP?
Yeah, the AP News app on a smartphone, which is free, gives you news from all over the world. Is probably the best way to do it.
Brett, always a pleasure, man.
All right, have a great week, Corey.
That's Brett Martell, another Martell Monday. Yeah, it's Monday Night Football. How about Tracy's? Be a lot of fans there, lots of flat screen TVs, a full kitchen featuring one of the best roast beef po' boys anywhere. Need to check out Monday Night Football? Want to check out Saints, Tulane, LSU, Pelicans? Any sports, anytime. Tracy's, legendary Tracy's, magazine at Pleasant between Washington and Louisiana. When it's time to check out your favorite sports teams, hard to beat. Tracy's, magazine at Pleasant. That's Blue Boy barking up a storm. What up, buddy? Thank the corporal. Thank everybody for watching and listening and checking us out on YouTube. And what? We'll be back mañana. Straight up 4 o'clock Tuesday edition of the program. See you tomorrow.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.